What's up, everyone? Annyeonghaseyo, if you know Korean. My name is Denise, and I just want to thank you for tuning in and watching my talk show, that Kpop Talk. And speaking of talking, I got a lot to talk to you about today because so much has been going on this week in the K-pop world. Um, we're starting off with Jin. I'm just gonna get straight into it. Everyone's been talking about him and his shaved head, of course. And I just want to send love and light to Jin, BTS, Hype, and Big Hit, and the friends and family of Jin as well, because he's going to need our love and light and positivity and spirit in the universe to keep him in the military strong and healthy and motivated, knowing that when he gets out, we will all be here for him. And BTS Army, you are already there. I already know that you are already rooting for Jin. Okay, so as far as Jin goes, from what we know, um, from what people have been saying, he's supposed to be sent near the DMZ zone, which we know the DMZ zone is the zone between South Korea and North Korea. So we do wish Jin the best, and let's pray that he stays, like I said, healthy, strong, and most importantly, safe. Okay. Speaking of BTS though, Sugar, let's talk about your boy Sugar. It is said that Sugar is supposed to be going into the military in an alternate capacity. And I have my trusty iPad here, so I just want to make sure I'm giving you the accurate information on Sugar, Min Young-gi, as his real name is. He's supposed to be serving in an alternate capacity, and that alternate capacity is known as a social service agent. I researched this and I looked it up what a social service agent is. And it is an alternative form of military service for those unfit from health, financial difficulties, or a family situation. Excuse my stuttering earlier. I got tongue tied there for a moment, but that's what it is. And I was trying to figure out why Min Young-gi, aka Sugar, would be serving in an alternate capacity. And there are two situations that had come up from the same type of injury, his shoulder, right? So some sources are saying that Min Young-gi had a car accident in 2012. From that car accident, he hurt his shoulder. But did you know that when he hurt his shoulder, he didn't tell anybody? He didn't tell anybody until he had to. So that could be one circumstance, that car accident made his shoulder so bad that he couldn't perform regular military duties. Okay, so another one is he hurt his shoulder again. I don't know if it's the same shoulder or the other shoulder, back in 2020, when it says he tore his labrum. Well, he ruptured his labrum. So, like I said, if he had two shoulder injuries on the same shoulder, then yes, his shoulder were probably damaged enough that he couldn't serve in the military because of the one shoulder. And even if he hurt the other shoulder, then you have two shoulders that were injured. So that will also cause him to probably not be, fit enough to serve in the regular military capacity that they need him to. So he will be serving in that alternate capacity. Now, what do you think a social service agent will serve as? Like, where would they serve? Well, it's just like in the military, they have those government agencies, those supplemental agencies that help with the actual active duty military people. Well, that's what Min was going to be doing. Min Young-gi is going to be doing. He could work for the Department of Health, the Department of Welfare. He could work at the Department of Defense. He could work at the Department of Social Services. He could work at the Department of Transportation, Department of Education, probably even Department of Music if they have it. So that's what they're saying. I do want to stress, however, that Big Hit did not confirm and has not confirmed that that is the case, that is true. So we're just going to have to keep our ears open and just keep our eyes open to see if this is true or not. Um, I'm also curious if Sugar's going to be the next one to go into the military, because they keep mentioning his name, and his name came up right when Jin went into the military. So I thought that was interesting. I will say this before I move on, though. Um, if you don't have the Weverse app, I highly recommend you download the Weverse app, because when in the situation of Jin going into the military, Big Hit did announce it on the Weverse app, but they did not announce it anywhere else. And also, when Jin shaved his head, his profile on the Weverse app has his hair shaved, but on the Instagram, his hair is not shaved. So I think personally, my opinion is that the Weverse app is a little bit more personalized. It's a little bit more just it's just a little bit more personalized. You feel a little bit closer to the members in a way, because they do utilize that Weverse app. And if you want to know more about more of your K-pop entertainers, not all of them are on there, but a good majority of them are on there. The big ones are on there. So I highly suggest you go on there and download your favorite artists and get the up-to-date situation when it comes to vlogs, live shows, merchandise, when things get ready to drop, like albums and teaser trailers and stuff. All that stuff is done on the Weverse app. Okay, that's enough of me rambling on about that. So, speaking of rambling on, there is a group. I don't know if you guys heard of the girl group called Triple S. I used to say triples because it's triple with the S on the end. So I say triples, but I'm pretty sure the group is called Triple S. They have this song out now called Generation. And I've started hearing this song a lot. It goes, na, 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 na. Okay, never mind. My mumbling is not going to make you realize what this song is. But if you look up the music video from Triple S called Generation, you will see 4 girls in the music video. Now, I will tell you that these 4 girls have been criticized for copying certain things from New Jeans, such as some of their dance moves, the concept of the video, their overall essence. And, they have been getting sort of negative criticism for that. Me personally, I don't know. To me, everyone has this formula they like to use. And if it works for one group, then they like to replicate it in another group. So I get both sides. I really do. I get both sides. But anyways, what I wanted to tell you was, I wanted to find out who Triple S was and what does the S stand for, because I didn't, the S stands out by itself. And so I found out that the S means small groups gather and make one big S. So they have 24 members who rotate at any given time. And they have subgroups within the main group. Like, so someone can come out with a solo one time, someone can come out with a group another time, someone can come out with a rap group, and then someone could come out with, a singing group. And it's sort of like NCT. They compare themselves to NCT, because you know how NCT has different groups. Like when they first, like their song Boss, they only had 2 members, but then their last song, they had a whole bunch of members. So, it could fluctuate at any time. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying about Triple S. So they had this group called, group called Triple A as a subunit underneath them, which stands for Acid Angel and Acid Angel from Asia. That's what it stood for. They debuted on October 28th of this year. And Mod House, who's the record label, said that if this group does not sell 100,000 units, then they would disband the group. Well, the song finally started getting traction. And they even won first place at one of the awards, that the weekly awards that they have. But because they did not sell 100,000 units. Even though they won this one award, Mod House still disbanded them. And the girls were very sad, but I just thought that that was sort of sad, you know, because I thought they were doing pretty good, but again, I didn't know the numbers. And one of the members from Triple S is actually BB's younger sister. I was trying to figure out which sister it was, but I couldn't figure out who it was. So if you guys know which member from Triple S is BB's sister, younger sister, can you please let me know? You can email me at that kpoptalk@gmail.com, or you can comment below the description box and comments on my YouTube and let me know which one is BB's sister. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, next in the news, we have New Jeans, the girl group that I just told you about, that they were comparing, that Triple S was comparing them to, as New Jeans, saying they were mimicking New Jeans. So we're segueing into New Jeans. As we know, New Jeans has become a great hit sensation since their debut back in the summer. They have songs called Hype Boy, Attention, Cookie, and Hurt. And they debuted these songs between July and August of this year. And let me tell you, these girls are so good. Every single one of their songs, those 4 songs that they put out, each one has been a hit. And they won so many awards since they've been out and since they debuted. I think the sky is the limit for them. Like, they have a very, very bright future. And their ages only range from 14 to 18. They're still young. And they can speak fluent English. So they already have brownie points if they were to try to come over to America and make it in America. Let me tell you, they have new music coming out. Yes, they do. They have new music coming out December 19th, and we'll go over that because I am going to go over some release dates with other artists coming out. And then they have another release date in January, 2 new songs called Ditto and Oh My God, or OMG. So we'll get into that later, but I just want to let you know that New Jeans finally has new music coming out. So I'm so happy about that. Okay, so speaking of releases, we're going to go straight into it, okay? So there are 12 releases for this month of December. I personally thought that I wouldn't see that many releases because it was coming to the end of the year, right? I thought that they would be concentrating on making Christmas songs. Well, some of these releases are Christmas songs, and let's get into it. Okay, so on December 2nd, as we all know, RM, leader BTS, Kim Namjoon, he released his Indigo album to much critical acclaim. Like, I don't know if you guys saw RM's PSIC University YouTube interview. You guys have to see that. It just came out today, and it is so good. It is so good. So if you haven't seen it, please watch that interview, and also watch all his shows. So it's like NPR Tiny Desk, he did one there. He did a show at Dia Beacon. If you watch my very first episode, I go into more detail about his album, and I go into more detail about what his album means and his journey to get to the point to release his album. Is so heartfelt, and I know he put out another performance video today. So if you haven't seen it, I will put it in the description box, the link to that and the link to PSIC University's interview. So make sure you click on that and watch it, and you'll see a little bit more of a more comedic side of RM, actually, you know, and a cool side to him too that I didn't know existed. So, you know, good for you, Kim Namjoon. You know, we're rooting for you as well. So December 2nd was RM's album Indigo. Also on December 9th, Wavy was going to release his 4th mini album, But Wavy, they decided, not to say his, it's three members, so they decided to put off releasing their album until December 28th. But the official poster is out on Twitter, but they decided to release it again on Wavy decided to release their album on December 28th instead of December 9th. This is the one I'm very excited about. So December 12th, which is a couple of days ago, former member of SHINee, Minho, released his first album. And his first single was called Chaser. And let me tell you, I have several K-pop channels that I listen to on Spotify, right? This one was called K On, K and then space, then O-N-E, right? No, K space, then O-N, that's what it is. And the first song, when I clicked on that playlist, was Minho in Chaser. Love the song. It has a nice classical R&B rhythm and flow to it. His voice was phenomenal. He took it back into how music should be. Like, I have nothing but respect for Minho. Like, this song, oh my goodness. This song make you want to get a boo real quick. Trust me, it makes you want to get a boo. Especially it's wintertime too. All right. So yeah, so December 9th, Wavy, not, it's going to be December 28th, but December 12th, Minho did release his first album. You guys, if you haven't listened to it, please go listen to it. Okay, so on December 14th, Red Velvet and aespa. Oh my goodness. I would have never seen that coming. I know they're both under SM Entertainment, but this is so beautiful to see these two girl groups together. And they made a Christmas song. So this is one of the first Christmas releases I was telling you about. And it already has 2.5 million views on YouTube. By the time I tell you about this, it may be well over 3 million. But it's a title track is called A Beautiful Christmas, and it's doing very well, and the girls look so beautiful. I believe they're wearing Santa outfits. They look so beautiful, and it's a beautiful video as well. Red Velvet and aespa. Okay, so on December 15th, which is today, it's today. Super Junior title track Celebrate is out, and this is the 11th album, volume 2. That's what it says right here. I think it's a Christmas song. I haven't even listened to it yet because I'm busy taping this, so I am going to listen to it since it had just come out today. And I think this is another Christmas song. Seriously, I'm looking at the poster thing. So let me know what you guys think about Super Junior's song. And if you think it's a Christmas track, let me know. Okay, so December 19th. Remember we were just talking about NCT earlier. So NCT Dream has an album that's going to be a winter special. So I guess here we go with another winter / Christmas type album. So the last 3 releases I've talked about, Red Velvet and aespa on the 14th, Super Junior the 15th, and then NCT Dream on the 19th, are all winter Christmas related albums. So we're on a roll here. And then we said on the 19th that New Jeans is coming out with their song Ditto. And on the 20th, I hope I'm saying this group's name right. Myrae is M-I-R-A-E. Myrae, they debuted in March 17th of 21. And these guys have a title track they're going to release called Snow Prince, I believe it is. Snow Prince. I can't read my own writing, you guys, but I'm pretty sure it's Snow Prince. So that's another winter Christmas song that's being released. So that's four in a row. On December 21st, Stray Kids. So they are doing an SKZ replay. And then on the 22nd of December, okay, so on the 22nd of December, Moon Bayo of Mamamoo is releasing, and by the way, she's the main rapper of Mamamoo, if you guys don't know. She is releasing a song called The Present. So I'm curious as to how her sound is going to be, being a solo artist, away from Mamamoo for this particular project. So December 22nd, I am looking forward to her. She is the main rapper of Mamamoo, and it's called The Present. So again, I'm assuming if it's titled The Present, it may be like presents from Christmas present, maybe. I don't know. The last one though is your boys, ATs, on December 30th. They're doing something called From the Witness. It's a spinoff called From the Witness. So there's no video out yet, no poster, no nothing. But ATs is doing something on the 30th. And y'all, I'm here for it. I'm here for all these. I mean, I really feel that we're going to have a fun-filled month with these releases. And next week, I will be going over some of the releases because as it is a week before Christmas, I'm going to be talking about some Christmas specials and some Christmas songs and some Christmas stories that some of the K-pop artists have put out there. And that's what I'm going to be going over. So probably for like some of these releases, I'm going to be watching them this weekend. And then next week I will be reviewing them on my next K-pop broadcast. Oh, I need some water. My mouth is like parched. Okay, so now that we did our releases, there are 5 people that I really want to tell you about in my K-pop vibes. This is what I call my K-pop vibes, where there are 5 people I really been vibing to a lot this week, and I want to share it with you, so perhaps you can give an ear yourself and see if there's something that you would add to your playlist. Number 1 is this singer called BB Vengeance. Now I know a lot of you guys already know who she is, but for those who are new to the K-pop world, BB Vengeance debuted back in 2019. She's a very, like, her voice is very, she has this like hoarseness to her, like a little, I don't know how to put it, like she has like a raspiness to her. And it's like she has this vibrato in her voice. The vibrato in her voice and like a raspiness, but it works for her. And this song or this album is called Low Life Princess Noir. Noir. And it has a little bit of Latina roots in it, Latina vibe in it, especially with the drum beat. Dun, 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 dun. So, that is like the main cadence throughout her whole album. My favorite album is her first full album, and it has 4 title tracks: Blade, BB Vengeance, Animal Farm, and Jotto. BB Vengeance and Animal Farm are my favorite ones. Those are my favorite title tracks out of the 4 title tracks. But there are 12 tracks in all. So her whole album is 12 tracks. So I'm going to play a sample of BB Vengeance so you can hear what she sounds like. And I'm not going to play it long because I don't have money for copyright, y'all. I don't have that. So this is what her song sounds like. So that's what that sounds like. Okay. Really, really love it. Now you can see where that Latina beat comes in at. So that's BB Vengeance. That's just a sample of her song. If you feel like there's something you want to listen to, you want to listen to a little bit more of it, or those you already love her song, go show her some love, you guys, because she deserves it. Like, the girl is so good. Okay, so the next person I want to get into is your girl Kwamboa, known as Boa. Capital B-O, capital A. Boa. You guys already know who this girl is, but for those of you who don't know in the K-pop world, that are new to the K-pop world, she is known as the queen of K-pop. I didn't even know that. Like, when I was researching her, I was like, oh, this girl's like, she's the one, you know, like it stops with her. Like, she's the queen of K-pop. I do know they say she's one of the most successful and engaging female artists in Korean entertainment. So hats off to you, Boa. Like, you know, hey, you're that in a bag of chips. And this girl has a song out now called Forgive Me. I remember when I first heard this song, I was like, who was this singing? It was her. When I watched her video, I was so mesmerized. Like, her video is so good, you guys. You gotta watch her video. Called Boa. It's called Forgive Me. And I'm going to play a sample of her song as well. She's 36 years old. She was discovered by S&M Entertainment. And back in 1998. Like, this girl doesn't look a day over 15. And she is 36 years old. They trained her for 2 years and she debuted in 2000. And she could also sing Japanese, English, and Mandarin. So she covers all spectrums. Like, she can do everything, you know. So we're going to listen to a sample of this song. See if you like it. I hope you do, because this girl, like I said, she don't play. This girl don't play. Like, her song is so good. That's good. Sorry, I didn't mean to do the second one, but she's good. Like, she has this in her video. I think she's like a vampire, but it's so good. Like, she's so good. And I see why her title is the Queen of K-pop. She has an edginess to the song. She belts her vocals in a point that she's not screaming, but it's very powerful, and she knows how to control it. And that is, you know, characteristics of a very good, talented, and seasoned singer, and that's what she is. So make sure you support her as well. Keep supporting her, because she's a queen of hip-hop. I mean, not hip-hop, K-pop. So keep supporting her, okay? Because she's going to be around for a very long time, y'all. I mean, she could do this for the rest of her life the way she's going right now. Like, she is so good. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about, this next artist right here. She's a problem, y'all. She's going to be a problem for a whole bunch of people. This girl is from the group XG, who is signed up under the label of Avex. She was the third person to be added to the group. And she has this cipher out now, as they call it, a cipher, that is killing the rap game, okay? The girl's 17, and we are talking about none other than XG Kokona. Like, her video has been trending. Her cipher has been trending all over. And it's just not how she sounds. It's her presentation. Like, she is so elegant, and she just moves with her head, and the way she looks at the camera. It's like she can see straight through you, like she's a cobra and she's about to spit out her poison on you. It's like she's like a ninja that she will attack when you don't see her coming. Because let me tell you, when she started rapping, I was like, okay, okay. She took a sample of a song. You know, I was like, not enough. And I was like, okay, I see that. And then all of a sudden she starts rapping. And she talking about 808 and some of my Khaleesi flow. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, hold up, hold up. Who is this girl? I'll just play you a sample, okay? But you need to go and listen to her yourself because this girl is real good. Hold on. Let me play a little XG Kokona. And I just want to say that the whole group is good. Like, this group is a Japanese girl group that debuted in South Korea. But let me tell you, the whole group was good. They debuted with their song Tippy Toes, and then they came out with my favorite, Mascara. So you guys go listen to XG Kokona. They have the Cypher is actually 4 female rappers of the group. All 4 of them are talented, but this girl, like I said, she came in like a cobra. She came in and kicked butt and took names. So I'm going to play this real quick so you can hear XG Kokona. It doesn't want to stop, does it? Look, I don't want to be paying for anybody's royalties around here, okay? I'm trying to help promote these artists, but I'm not trying to pay royalties. These are not my songs. I'm trying to help you see who they are, okay? So I'm not going to play the whole thing. I just played that sample. But you see that rhythm, that flow that she had? She was going. She was just playing that rhythm and flow. It just kept going on and on and on and on and on and on. And if you see the video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. She's elegant, but she'll give you that death stare like I'm about to mess you up right now in my rap. So XG Kokona, and then last but not least, the 5th artist that I want you guys to support is your boy Jin. I told you we was gonna come back to him. Jin, no other than Jin, Kim Sok Jin, leader, not leader, that's RM. The oldest one of BTS. The oldest one of BTS. The one that's in the military at the moment. The song, The Astronaut. I remember watching the concert when Chris Martin said that Jin called him up and said, hey, I'm going to be going away for a couple of years. Can you write a song? And the song is going to be how I feel about the Army. Not the Army, but Army, BTS Army. And Chris wrote the song. And when Jin came out, the outpouring of love from the audience was so immense that I could feel it coming from the comfort of my own couch watching it live. And seeing him sing it, and he runs back with his arms open and he hugs Chris like a father would hug his son. Oh, I was crying. I had tears coming down my eyes, child. It was so good to hear the song and so good to see that passion. And just watching Jin's videos, his videos of him cooking, his videos of him making rice alcohol, you can tell he has a zest for life, for life. And I heard that he comes from a very well-to-do background, trust me, a very well-to-do background. And he never let that get in the way between him and the rest of the BTS members. As a matter of fact, he helped the BTS members when he saw that he needed to step in and help, because they're one unit, and that's what BTS does. They help each other out in different ways. So I am so appreciative that I got to witness Jin, when I did before he went in. I'm glad that I was introduced to BTS back in 2020 during COVID when I did, because I wouldn't have wanted to miss out on all the things that I've had the pleasure of seeing and experiencing with BTS. It's just mind-boggling, what they bring to the table innately within their own nature. So Jen sang this song, and when I watched the video, I was like, oh, this is so cute. And it just started growing on me and growing on me and growing on me. And I can hear the Coldplay influence in the song. It's just so, I mean, even the words, I feel that this song could easily be a wedding song because the words are, when I'm with you. I mean, I can't remember all the words, but when I'm with you. And then in the rest of the course, he goes, I get heaven all to myself. So I'm going to play some of it for you. It is late, y'all. I'm filming this very, very late. And I keep stumbling over my words. So please forgive me for stumbling over my words. I promise the next video, I'll be more alert. But I wanted to get this video out here and this audio out here, this podcast out to you guys because, like I said, there was so much going on this week. And I just want to be able to bring the releases to you of the artists and the news of what I knew to you guys. So here is the Astronaut. Army, you probably already have this down packed. You probably know the words better than I do. I'm trying to find the chorus. And here's Chris Martin's part. Here it comes. So that's just a sample of his song. Those are my 5 K-pop vibes of the week that I feel that you guys should give a listen to and see if you like it or not. And let me know what you think about them. So you have BB Vengeance, you have Minho Chaser, you have Boa, Forgive Me, XG Kokona, the X Gal X Zypher. I don't know if I ever told you what it was, but it's called X Gal X Zypher. And then your boy Jin from BTS, Astronaut. Those are the 5 that I feel that you need to vibe to. Now, I would have put RM in here too from BTS, but I talked about him last week. So if you want to know more about RM, please listen to my first podcast, because as I was mentioning in my podcast last week, my whole concept of doing this show wasn't supposed to be until January, but I was so excited for RM's album coming out. I just had to go ahead and do it now. So this is all a learning process for me, you guys. I may stumble over my words because I haven't learned how to edit yet. I'm very green at this, and I don't mind sharing that with you guys. But I just know that my love of K-pop is so huge. I just want to be able to share with the community out there. And I know your love of K-pop is also huge. And I want you to share that love with me as well. And that we could become a community and converse with each other and talk about K-pop and, just be positive and uplifting towards each other. Which reminds me, before I wrap this podcast, I want to tell you about my very first experience going to my very first K-pop concert. Yes. So, long story short, I was I was actually playing K-pop music, and this guy was asking me, was that K-pop that he was listening to? And I said, yes. And he said, how much do you love K-pop? I said, a lot. And I was talking about all my favorite groups, who I like, and how I got into it. And he said, I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to give you VIP tickets to this festival, and 17 is going to be there. And I didn't know how to respond to that. I was like, what? What? he said, yes, 17 is going to be there. And I thought he was kidding. He got my number, he got my email address, my phone number, and they were supposed to be there on the 10th. And I didn't receive anything until the 8th. And I was like, oh my God, I did get the tickets. So they were 4 VIP tickets. And I didn't, my son wanted to come later. So he met me later. But me and my daughter ended up going. And they were supposed to go in at 6. So I knew if they went at 6, I need to get there at 3. Even though I was in the VIP part and I was sectioned off from the rest of general admission, I just want to make sure, because I don't know how many people got the VIP, because these people, let me tell you, I know for a fact, K-pop, the VIP is just as packed as general admission. So we got there at 3, and, I got myself situated, and it was so good to see all these other K-pop people there. They had their I call them sabers because, like in Star Wars, you have your saber, your lightsaber, but the light sticks. And they had their light sticks. And I met this person that came in from Chicago, and she was just there to see 17. She was going to head right back out. And her and I hit it off so well that we still talk today. And she follows me and I follow her. And we have that in common. And she was talking about how 17 literally saved her life. And I met another person that was actually from LA, and we keep in contact. And I'll tell you about her in just a minute. But watching 17, when they finally came on and the energy that was in the audience, you could feel that we were feeding off each other's energy. And they are so handsome, just like BTS, they're handsome. And I was like, wow. They are so talented. And it was so amazing to see them. And Woozy, let me tell you, Woozy, you the man. Like Woozy is the man. I watched this thing from Hybe on YouTube about the state of Hybe, because BTS is going into the military. So Hybe had come out with this hour-long thing about the different artists that are actually at Hybe and what direction they're going into. They interview Woozy, because Woozy actually does a lot of the songs for 17, and I have a whole new respect for Woozy. So when I saw Woozy on that stage, I was like, hey, I'm with you, Woozy. But they're all so handsome, and they can dance. And somebody had on this cashmere sweater I wanted. If you're out there 17, you hear me say this podcast, remember the LAC3 festival? One of you guys had on this off-white cashmere sweater. I need to know where that's from. Because that sweater, I just kept looking at that sweater. I was like, oh my God, this sweater was so cute. But anyways, let me tell you, my first K-pop concert was so unforgettable, and I will always treasure it. Just like when I first saw Black Swan from BTS, my very first K-pop video that led me into this, I'm going to always remember my very first concert. And I know it wasn't BTS, but you know what? This whole K-pop universe is so special because of what it brings to me, the joy that it brings to me. So anyways, long story short, I was talking to the other girl who actually stays in LA, and I was telling her that I want to start going to more K-pop concerts. This girl saw BTS all 4 nights. She already has her schedule of next year. She said she wants to see Stray Kids. She's going to see them 2 nights in a row. I'm like, whoa, hold up. I don't know if I'm going to be doing 4 nights like BTS, or 2 nights in a row with BTS, or 4 nights in a row, or 2 nights in a row with Stray Kids. Right now, I just need to start off with 1 concert per artist. Let me go from there, because I can see how you can get addicted to just going and buying merchandise and channeling on every vlog. They know how to reel you in. I tell you that much. But it's all in positivity, So I just want to tell you that my experience with my very first K-pop concert was beautiful, and I would never change that experience for anything. So Okay, well, I think that is it for today. I do want to end it with a K drama I'm watching. If you guys are into K dramas as well, watch a show called, and I'm going to pull it up on my iPad. It's called, I believe it's called Somebody. I'm pretty sure it's called Somebody. And the show, um, let's see here. Hold on one second so I can give you the show. It's called Somebody, starring Kim Yang Kwan and Kang Hae Lim. And let me tell you, it is so good. So if I come across any good K dramas or K zombie movies or anything like that, trust me, I will let you know about it. But right now, I'm coming up on my last episode of Somebody, and oh my God, I think I'm going to cry. So, anyways, thank you so much for tuning in to my episode. As a matter of fact, this is my second episode now, and hopefully I will continue to get better. Hopefully I will continue to give you information that you know, are wanting to hear about K-pop and K-news. And, my name is Denise. Please, I do want suggestions on topics that you will want me to cover. And also, anything that you want me to talk about, or is there a topic you want to talk about, let me know, that has to do with Korean music and or K-dramas. So my name is that Kpop Talk at gmail.com. That is going to be my email, that Kpop Talk at gmail.com. Or you can leave a comment below, or you can DM me on my Instagram. So I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm also, again, on YouTube and on Spotify and Anchor for the podcast audio. I will be setting up my Patreon so we can watch the shows together, because like I said, I do watch K-drama. I do watch variety and novelty shows like BTS Run. And also, I'm starting to watch the one with Enhypen as well. That's a good one. And New Jeans, I watch that one too. So there's so many things I watch. Please, let me know, because I do want to grow the K-pop community. So I'm just not talking to my daughter all day long about K-pop. So that's one reason why I want to start doing the podcast. And annyeonghaseyo, which means goodbye in Korean. I will see you guys next Thursday. Have a wonderful and blessed weekend. And remember, it's all about that K-pop talk.